Hello, my friends. I have a story to tell you today about trees. We're talking about trees in church, and we're talking about the kind of life that is pulsing underneath all of life. For example, there are things that are always growing and living and changing, even if they're covered up and we can't see them. So the story I want to tell you about trees, I'm standing next to a tree in my neighborhood right now. It's a sycamore tree. So I grew up in Maine, and we have different kinds of trees in Maine than we have in Connecticut, where I live right now when I'm not up in Natick. So when I first moved here, I saw this kind of tree with this really strange bark. I noticed that the bark was often peeling off of the tree, and I didn't understand what was happening. I have a really close friend who is a scientist, and she's actually a tree expert, and so I asked her, what is wrong with the trees here in Connecticut? The ones in Maine don't do this quite in this way. Are they sick? I thought that maybe the trees had a disease that I didn't know about. And she said to me, no, they're not sick. They're definitely not sick. Those are sycamore trees. And sycamore trees just look like that. They have bark, and then they have more layers of bark. She explained to me that underneath these layers of bark that are falling off, that are dead, new bark is growing. And so these trees remind me that even though we cannot see the growth happening underneath, maybe the outer layer of bark, there's always growth and life and change happening, even if it's not visible to our eyes. And so what looks like death or bark falling off onto the ground, you can see some bark on the ground there. It's true that it is dead bark, but it's also a sign of new life, a sign that new bark is growing underneath the old. So I invite you this week to think about the life that is growing in you, maybe in parts of you, in your spirit that you can't see with your eyes, and to really honor the types of life that are beneath the surface. I hope you have a great week. I look forward to hearing what you think of, and I am sending you lots of love and look forward to seeing your face on Zoom very soon. Take care, friends.